appraisal. So when you're here, type in, just click on that box anywhere, Cindy. And then let's say you have a clause, so go up to here, the clause. Now, you know there's websites that have all this wonderful legal jargon. They have really nice sounding stuff. You can cut and paste these in there. You can do this in Office if you want, Amy, Joe, wherever. You can actually do this in Office. You can have all these pre-populated clauses. Go ahead and hit the arrow right there where it says appraisal.
How did you get to that?
Okay, go back. Hit the close. Close button up left hand corner. Okay, no, down a little bit. There you go.
Jim, what's the website where all this legal stuff is? Where do you go?
Don't ask me that.
Ask you later.
If you remind me, I have it saved as a bookmark.
Okay.
Okay, this is the purchase agreement. You can actually insert that clause in a lot of different fields. Go ahead and click anywhere in that box. Are you there? Mm-hmm. Okay. All you do is go up here to clause. Okay, now, you see right here this arrow? Click that arrow, Cindy, if you could. And these are ones that I found from another site. And these are kind of like the ones that, you know, every 2 weeks you seem to be hit with. So click on any one of the other ones. How about the non-refundable earnest money? I like that one. Click on that. Okay, then I want to add it to the transaction. Go ahead and hit add at the bottom, Cindy. And then it's going to say someplace over the right-hand side, copy the form. So what I've done is now someplace in this mess, somewhere in there it's there. Oh, I think it's about midway. You see my fingers, Cindy? Mm-hmm. So now what I would do in a real world environment, I would just click there one time, hit enter, and now you'd have separation between the two clauses. Okay? So that's a real good tool, and it's something that you guys can share. We send our clauses to each other all the time. We find new ones. So, any questions about that? Once again, guess what? There's a YouTube video that talks about it on that page I showed you. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, now we're over at the signature page. A lot of times here you have to type in married, single, whatever the situation is. Some lenders really want that. But anyhow, this should be the last page. Any of the boxes that are yellowed or highlighted or in Firefox, I think it's green, those are ones you can edit. When you get all said and done, go up to File and hit Save. Okay, it'll save it, and now you can move on to the next transaction. In the back of your head, every 2 to 3 minutes, hit Save. Because as you saw just a little bit ago, this goes into sleep mode, transaction desk, after a few minutes. And it's kind of a bummer when you've done this really nice document and it goes off into cyberspace somewhere. One other neat tool that helps a lot, I find, is go to File and go to Save as PDF. Or something like that, yeah. Save as a PDF. Next one down. There you go. Now hopefully if it works, yeah, it will. In the bottom left-hand corner, if you use the arrow on the right-hand side, it'll say open it with something on there, or just open. Okay, this is firing up in the PDF editor, and now I can go in if I wanted to and edit and add more stuff. It also would allow you to save it to any of the cloud areas that you want to save it to. Let's say, how many people here have a cloud spot where they keep their files? 1? 2? That's kind of a nice thing to do because now anywhere, even on this thing, if I'm wandering down the hills of southeastern Minnesota, I need a file or I want to read what I did, it's right there. As long as I have a connection to the internet or a cell tower, you can get to it. So something I might want to think about. You can just close that. Okay, now, hit File, Exit, and go back to the next one. Adam, you ever used the send button right from there? Have you ever used the send button right from, I've never noticed it before. So, stay over there and then go to the next one. I think it's inspection. Right there. So now we go through all the usual forms. Oh, size it.
Jim, where do you get that file, the fonts and clause, how does that pop up?
Okay, pull. Are you actually in a document?
Yeah,
Okay, click in one of the fields, like, are you in the purchase agreement?
yeah.
Click in the other field, because I know it's there, and then you'll see the clause in the upper left-hand corner. Actually, I think we can do it right now. Click clause, please. Not letting you? Yeah. Yeah, it has to be in a multi, hit OK. So we gotta find a box down here someplace. Go down a little bit. I think second page
Page
has
two.
one.
Other.
See where it says other? This is a multi-line box. So we can click in there and then hit clauses, and we should be able to select what we want.
Now, are those clauses things that your company put in, or your office?
That's what I did. I put those in. Those are just ones, probably the top 4 or 5. How many times you sit there and you go, God, what did I say in there? That
I'm gonna
purchase
try.
agreement?
I'm gonna try and find those for you, Julie.
Um,
I'm gonna try and find those clauses. I'll talk to Jim after the
No,
class.
I don't have any of that stuff, that I can
The
click
bar
on.
on top.
It's not the clause, the whole thing, I don't have that, whole row.
mean
Because
this?
Yeah,
those,
I don't have that.
I think,
I've never seen that before.
either.
How many people
I think
hit
that's a
close
different
in the upper left-hand
It's
corner?
a Chrome thing?
I think that's a Chrome versus.
Oh, it's a Chrome thing? Oh, okay. It's a
Okay,
Chrome thing?
if you went, I think it is. Are you in Internet Explorer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, it might be. Come to think of it, very well could be. Because I give you the technical reason, but Chrome's about 1 generation ahead of IE right now.
We found it. It's under, if you're under, I think it's probably Internet Explorer difference, but if you click on insert, it looks like the only option. Click on insert,
Okay.
and then there's clauses.
But that just clauses, not the whole thing like he's got.
Right.
Yeah.
the text that he has, I'll try and find some of those,
Oh, so then you can just type in that.
and then I'll save them and get them to you guys.
Okay. As the workstations were firing up when we came in, they were loading the new version of Internet Explorer version 11. So I think what happened is we just happened to get caught between them. Because they're very, very competitive, the 3 big browsers, and they fight and carry on all the time. So that kind of stuff will probably, you'll run across periodically. Okay, let's see, go down, have we talked about this? Yeah, why don't you scroll down through. Once again, it's a typical inspection addendum. If you have to add more stuff, you put it at the bottom. It's pre-populated with the people's names right from the contact sheet. So then you save that one. As this thing's loading, there's about 15 different ways to do everything that we're talking about. I just tried to pick the easiest, but you will find ways that work better for the way you think and the way you do. There's nothing wrong with it. Bottom line, we're just out here to get the contract out. That's what it all boils down to. Okay, where'd you go? Oh, go back. Go back to reflect on all that stuff. And then go down to daily functions of the transaction.